And President Biden set to make history later on today, surrounded by lawmakers from both parties on the White House lawn. Biden will put pen to paper to sign his bipartisan infrastructure bill into law. The $1 trillion legislation will help update the country's aging roads, bridges, power grids, water systems, and a lot more. Despite such a big bipartisan win for the Biden administration, it doesn't seem like this is doing much for the people's perception of the president's agenda, or does it? Back with us this afternoon to help break this down and how this would impact our country is documentary filmmaker Stefano Da Frey. Thank you so much for coming back here on the Midday Jolt.
Great to be with you.
Now, Stefano, one down, one more to go. How does this infrastructure plan is almost signed, sealed, and delivered? Focus is shift now to the Back Better plan. Will it be able to find any momentum in today's ceremony?
Right. So it's like we see this infrastructure deal. It's like, how does it affect our lives? How do we actually make our lives better? Right. So one of the things I want to bring up is that the neglect of public transportation. There's $39 billion in this that's invested in public transit. That's very important in cities like Los Angeles because it affects communities that have less disposable income and that are not in the pockets of Ford, General Motors, and it affects working class people in urban environments. So these are small things that you'll see in it. The other thing I want to talk about is broadband, right? Because broadband bridges the gap between rural communities and urban communities and takes our kids in the 21st century. Now, to your question about the social spending plan, I think that it gets the Democrats across the goalpost that they're working together towards a piece of legislation that will be more functional as a team to now work on things like child tax credits, raising the minimum wage, and universal pre-K, expanding Medicare, Medicaid, things like that. I think it shows that they are more functional as a party.
Now, this is a big deal for the Biden administration, like we've mentioned, but yet his approval ratings continue to slip. Can you break this down more for us, please?
Yeah, absolutely. So we look at the summer, we see that President Biden in May had a 52% approval rating. Why are the reasons? Well, let's talk about three of them. One is high gas prices. Two is a labor shortage. Three, the way that we left Afghanistan. Some of these things are in his control, some of them aren't. Certainly the price of oil is an effect that viscerally affects Americans. It affects us from all different communities because we see those prices at the pump and it affects our wallets. So it's a very visceral feeling. President Biden and the Democrats know after the Virginia gubernatorial race with the Republicans winning that they need wins. And President Biden approval rating should start to level up, moderately up, with these infrastructure bills that are passed. Again, he's got to be on point. He's got to make good communication to the rest of the country of a Build Back Better plan and get all Democrats on board and especially sell it that it is a bipartisan deal good for the country.
Now let's talk about that support. Who is showing up for today's signing ceremony may be upstaged a bit by who isn't showing up. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell has already said that he's not going to. What message does this send?
A confusing message, because Mitch signed the bill in the Senate. So it's a confusing message. And I think also what it does is it doesn't show the solidarity that I think some of the Republicans know that infrastructure is a good thing for all Americans, whether you live in Atlanta, New York City, New Orleans, West Virginia. This is important. Bridges, roads, broadband. But the Republicans doing this, they're signing on it behind the closed doors because they know it's good for their local communities, but they don't want to show a win for the Democrats. I don't think I understand the politics of it, but I don't think it's good for moving the country forward in terms of what Americans want to see to end congressional gridlock.
Now let's shift on over to the former president. One of his top advisors, Steve Bannon, has turned himself in the face of contempt of Congress charges. Because his case is moving forward, Republicans are accusing the president of weaponizing the Justice Department. Now, how far do you think this will go?
Well, they have to show, Congress has to show that they have teeth. I mean, you cannot refuse a subpoena and just simply not show up and say, I'm not cooperating. Steve Bannon was instrumental to the Trump administration. He has certainly some information that is not under the context of executive privilege, meaning it is public information. And it also is important for Congress to show that when someone doesn't show up for a subpoena, you have to put them in jail. Because the reality is, what happened to our country on January 6th was a travesty for all Americans, whether you're Republican or Democrat. It's not a political issue. We had people that stormed the Capitol, and there are many moderate Republicans who also know that it's a stain on the country, and we want to get to the bottom of this. The faster the Democrats show that they have teeth, the better this will be for the whole country to start a healing process.
Yeah, no, and we have to mention again one thing that's affecting those approval ratings for President Biden is just 24 hours ago, Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said that President Biden should tap into those emergency oil reserves to ease the pain at the pump. We've been talking about it for weeks now here at the Midday Jolt. What are your thoughts on this, and could pressure from the Dems help at this time?
Yeah, so this is a great point. I'm really glad you brought this up. This is a great point. We were energy independent about 3-4 years ago. We're relying a lot on OPEC, and we're relying a lot on the Saudis. If we tap those reserves, Americans who don't know very much, let's say, you only know about when you gas up your car, they will feel the effects of oil prices going down from now about $85 to $80 a barrel down to about $50 a barrel, where it was about a year ago. That's important. We need to tap those reserves because we don't need to rely on other countries. We have our own oil in the Permian Basin. We have our own reserves. This is a very good thing. We should be energy independent, and Chuck Schumer did the right thing by saying this publicly and putting a little bit of pressure on President Biden to bring those gas prices down. Last point I want to mention, it will also help the Democrats for their bid in the 2022 midterm elections. High gas prices are not good for elections, so you got to keep that in mind.
I know they're coming up, a lot taking place as well. Stefano, thank you so much for breaking all of this down for us. We appreciate it.